Hi again, scrapbook friends. It's Nicole, and I'm back with volume 2 of the family reunion scrapbook for my 2018 extended family reunion. If you haven't watched volume 1, I talk a little bit more about the albums and some of those things. This is the Electric Summer, sadly retired because isn't it pretty? So here's that same title page. If you saw the first one, you saw I had pictures in all the spaces. I probably will end up printing some more pictures to go in these spots, but these were just kind of leftover pictures that I had when I was putting this together. And I need to have it done, because the reunion is right around the corner, and I wanted to just have it done. And I think it looks okay, even if I don't necessarily put pictures in every spot. So pretty much this whole, maybe not the whole album, but at least the first couple, 2/3 or so of this album is kind of what we call our family Olympics. I think the first time we did this was in 2012, 15, I don't know. Somehow we chose to call it Family Olympics, and we've continued to do that. And this time we started with the donut game. So I just kind of I used the same font for all the games pictures that are in this whole album. I want to say it's called Behind Green Eyes. 99% sure that it's from duffont.com. And all the paper that I used in here was from the Rainbow Rush collection, which was, as the name implies, rainbow stuff. So I had just a lot of different rainbowy patterns that I was able to use for all of these to kind of tie them together. I did a lot just on plain white pages with small borders. Didn't try to go too fancy. I just wanted to get through and get as many pictures in as I could. And you could see with the donut pictures that I just have a lot of donut pictures. I love just to leave my pictures square and just leave a little gap, like about 1/8 of an inch gap in between them. I just love the clean look of this. If I had anything to journal, I could easily journal around here, but I think just even by itself with no journaling, no titles, these are just fun pictures of us eating donuts. Okay, so there's 8 pages of us eating donuts, which is maybe a little bit much, but they're fun. And of course they were donuts, so they were yummy. So then we did some water balloons. These are kind of prep pictures. We bought those kind of, I can't remember what they call them, like buncho balloons or whatever, that you can fill up a dozen at a time. That made it a lot faster. But when you got a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of water balloon games, you need a lot of balloons. And then I love these pictures of my husband, my niece, and my nephew, like they filled their shirts up like they were little old farm wives gathering eggs. And here's that same Rainbow Rush, just a little tiny border, that same font, but I used a different color shadow on it. I love cutting fonts, titles on my silhouette. I use Make the Cut software, and it has a shadow layer feature. I can do as many layers as I want and choose my own thickness, and I love it. So I did that for all of these with various colored shadow layers. Here we are warming up with some stretching, some balloon testing. Love these pictures. Love this little one where they're squeezing little pinholes. And you will notice that the younger the kids are, the more times their picture ends up showing up in the scrapbook, because there's kind of a peak cuteness age, and between like 2 and 6, and a lot of these kids were right in there. So here's the water balloon toss, more of that same paper, and then just lots and lots of pictures because I did want to get as many of the people in as I could. So again, you just see I've just kind of done the little space, no journaling. I mean, I don't really know what to journal. I am planning to take these books with some Post-it notes. And so if people want to journal, maybe I think I'm going to cut some pieces of lined paper. So if somebody has something they want to journal on here, I can let other people journal. Because wouldn't that be fun to have some of these kids write about things that they remember about this water balloon toss game that I don't remember. But I just love the pictures, and I wanted them all to be in here. So this is another title that I purchased. This paper is the Rainbow Rush Fast to Fab printed paper. And so it was super easy. I just put the 2 papers down and put my pictures on. I didn't have to do anything else because I had that Fast to Fab already with the strips cut in, and then that fancy title, which just, you know, takes care of everything. So this next section, this is a border that I actually have shared already on my Facebook page. Super easy with the balloon punch from CM, double balloon, and the squares with just one side rounded. I love this look, how it kind of offsets that a little bit. And then I put it on a piece of the Rainbow Rush striped paper that I cut with the, looks like the Victorian edge of on my 12-inch trimmer, and then matted on white and on the navy. And I popped these little guys up on foam squares just to give some dimension. Now, the bad news is because I did that, and I did it on both pages and I did it on 2 layouts, there is some awkward thickness here in my book when it's closed. See that? So later in the book, you can see I made an effort to offset some of that thickness by putting all my bulk to the middle. So if I had this to do over, I might not have mounted all of them on foam squares, or I might have maybe staggered where I put them, but they're so cute. And I could not limit myself to just 1 double page layout. I had to do 2 double page layouts because, and again, look, she's more than 5. These kids are these are all those same little ones that are just so cute, and loved the balloons so much. So I just did the same border all the way down for both of these pages. So here we take a little bit of break from the Family Olympics for the kids to play outside. This is using the Playtime theme pack. I love the theme pack. It had just the perfect stickers, the rainbows, the clouds. I used it for a couple pages. I mounted it on aqua cardstock, and you can see I just was able to cram in a lot of pictures. I love to do, you know, 2 4x6 vertical pictures together. I always try to put it to the middle. Well, I guess sometimes I put it on the outside, but I kind of have this visual square right here, and then I put the stuff to the outside. So this was a very quick layout. Just put the pictures down and then a few strips of this precious paper because you only get 2 pieces of each in those theme packs, and I wanted to make it stretch. So we have the swing page and then we have the seesaw page, and it was all with that same theme pack, and possibly even 1 single piece of this paper, which is the clouds on one side. I think it's the clouds on one side and the rainbows on the other. Oh, no, it's different on the other side. So whatever, anyway, 2 pieces, I guess, because 1 was the clouds, 1 was the rainbows, and then the stickers and the grass stickers. But aren't those just fun, vibrant pages and super simple? And I think the Playtime theme pack is still available. It is one of my favorites if you have pictures of kids playing. All right, so now we're back to the Olympics. Here's some Kickball, some more of these Fresh Fusion Fast to Fab pages. So, you know, again, super easy. I didn't have to do anything except put my pictures down and put a title on. And I didn't journal. And it frankly, it's killing me how little journaling I did on this album. But what could I say to you that you don't already know? This is us playing Kickball. So then we did the balloon popping relay, you know, where you run down and you sit and you pop the balloon. This is that same Fresh Fusion. If you remember the puzzling layout I did in volume 1, these are those same papers, only here I cut them into, what are they, 1 3/4 squares? I don't know what they are. I can't remember what size they are. Let's measure. All right, 1 1/2-inch squares. That makes sense. Just along the bottom. And then this is the Mirrored Triangles Border Maker cartridge. This one is actually, it's sold out really fast, but it is coming back. But it's one of the most versatile of the Border Maker cartridges I think we've had. And if you didn't get it the last time, be sure to watch for it to come back. I think it's supposed to be back in August. So you can see here, I just did the same border along 2, so you know we're still in the balloon popping relay. Okay, 3. And there is lots of room. I could do some journaling, and so maybe I need to have some paper and get some kids to write things down. All right, this was a water relay, and I did actually leave a space to journal, and until right this second making this video for you, realize that I did mean to journal about this. The first time through, we did the water relay. Everybody had a cup of, I guess the first person started with a cup of water, and then we poured it over our heads to the person behind us, or we drank it. And then the next time Okay, this is the pouring where you pour it into their cup. And then the next time through, you pour it so that they had to drink it. So this is the next level, and you see we've got people drinking. This picture right here with the water splashing down, I think is one of my favorites. This one, poor little Alice got totally splashed. Bennett must have got splashed too. But so that was fun, the next level. But I definitely want to journal about those 2 steps, and I promise I will do that before I leave for the reunion. This is another title that I had purchased, and it went just along with these fun pictures. And of course, you know, for me, these are the people that I love. And so to have all those pictures is exactly what I wanted. You do see that here I used this aqua piece on the inside. I didn't do that at the beginning where I did, you know, the just plain white pages, but I was trying to offset this thickness that I showed you. So all of these pages on purpose just put this cardstock simply for the fact that I wanted to add some bulk to the middle of the page. So, you know, my family's not going to know that that's why I did that. It was not really a design choice, but I think it does look nice, and I think it breaks up the whiteness of the page. All right, so here we have the paper plates. This is a fun game where you had to put a paper plate on your head and then draw a picture of yourself without taking it down and looking at it. So we have fun pictures of the in process, and then all these pictures of the results with the pictures that we managed to draw of ourselves. I think maybe in the future we won't do like yellow and light pink. And some of us didn't enjoy the activity maybe as much as the others. So this is the Oreo game. If you've seen my album from our 2015 reunion, we love this game. It's I think from Minute to Win It, where you put an Oreo cookie on your forehead and then you have to just kind of make funny faces and get it down into your mouth without touching it with your hands. Again, here I was trying to offset that thick border from the balloons. The aqua sections weren't quite making it. So here my borders are inset a little bit. Again, not so much a design decision as trying to thicken up that, like the low section of the scrapbook. So now we have a couple pages with this. This was the ruffle trim border maker cartridge and the Fresh Fusion paper. And I just layered it. You know, I cut 5 colors and I changed up a little bit the rainbow. So, you know, this one you have the purple and the blue, and this one I had the green and the yellow kind of showing up. But such fun photos. I mean, how could I not, you know, share some of these pictures? And then, of course, you know, the results, the people who got them in. It is quite a happy feeling when you manage to get it in your mouth without having touched it with your hands. And this actually, I know that at least one of my sisters watches my videos, so this is a deep, dark secret, but I'm going to flip this around so that right now these are my kids. And so when this lives at home, my kids are going to be the picture that you see, but at the reunion, it's going to be my nieces and nephews. So they're going to get prime billing right here on this little peekaboo pocket. And you can see, well, you can't see here because even though I was using a white page, I put white cardstock over the top so I could hide the little piece of plastic, the adhesive. Let's see. I can lift that up. So there's the strip that the peekaboo pocket is stuck to the actual base page, and then I put this white cardstock over it just to protect it, because I put the adhesive for this cardstock along here too, just to reinforce that. Like I said earlier, I'm sure they're fine, but because this is going to be looked at by many, many hands, and some of them very little, I wanted all the help I could get. So this is another piece of that Fast to Fab paper, but it's actually only one piece. I had one left, so I cut it in half. Maybe I had 2 and use it on the next page. That's what I did. I cut it in half at 6 by 12 and just put it here so that I could run it over 2 pages. So I'm pretty proud of myself for making 2 pieces of paper go on 4 pages. And I like the way it looks. This one was, you know, not trying to fill in space. So it was a little bit more of a design, but just trying to give a little bit of variety to these different pages that are kind of all the same. All of us at our little family Olympics. And then the last page, my husband had made these cutting boards for all the, he's been doing woodworking, and so he made these beautiful cutting boards, one for each of my siblings and one for my mom. And rather than us mailing them, we just brought them. So sorry to my siblings who had to fly home and fit that in your suitcase, but thanks for saving us the postage. Okay, so that's volume 2. It's a fairly thin book. I think all of these books are between like 30 and 36 pages. I think this is the least big because it was pretty much just the Family Olympics. So there you go, book 2. Join me again in a few days when I will be sharing volume 3 of our Smith Fam Reunion 2018. Thanks a lot. Happy scrapbooking.